There's a lot of thoughts I want to share today. I've had this one on my heart for a while, but I just haven't had time to get back here and do this. But my brother sent me a verse, and it's a very good verse that it kind of argues with what I said the other day. I posted a video called Alex Encounters the Birthright. And in that video, I talked about how the United States was blessed with the freedom to choose, to make a decision. See, now as we are entering the end times, in my opinion, we're entering the one world government. We're handing, the greatest nation on earth is handing all of its freedoms up to a bunch of Satanists right now. And in that video, I tried to say that's what's going on. Why are we allowing fear to have us hand over our constitutional rights? You know, that was what that video was about. And now, going on that same idea, I'm moving to Jeremiah chapter 34, verse 17. And this could frighten you, but it needs to be said. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, ye have not hearkened unto me in proclaiming liberty, right? I was talking about freedom. Proclaiming liberty. Every one to his brother, and every man to his neighbor. Behold, I proclaim a liberty for you, saith the Lord, to the sword, to the pestilence, and to the famine. And I will make you to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Now, I know specifically this is talking about Israel, and it's focused on them, but I think we can still relate to it as to why things are happening the way they are, what's going on in the world right now. But notice that. It's so good. Ye have not hearkened unto me in proclaiming liberty. See, you do have a freedom. You do have liberty. Proclaiming liberty, proclaiming the freedom we have in God and how He blessed this nation. I just got to the point in just 5 minutes ago, I finished Solomon's ceremony, you know, in 1 Kings, how the nation gets blessed, all the blessing, all the gold coming in, all the spices. He's got apes coming in and peacocks and horses, you know, he's got everything coming in. Everything's fantastic, right? And wives too. See, the wives are what turn him away from God. See, we have all this. We have all this blessing today. And yet, do we proclaim it? Do we proclaim it? Every one to his brother and every man to his neighbor. Have we done that? Have we said? Have we talked about Jesus Christ to everybody around us? Have we recognized Him? Have we given Him any of the glory? Of all the blessing we've received, we are so spoiled. The people I encounter, you know, my store technically, I mean, my one friend, he's kind of a rich snob, you know. He'll refer to my neighborhood as a ghetto, you know, that area as a ghetto, but I really don't think so. Yeah, that has to do also with how spoiled we are as Americans to refer to my store as a ghetto. You know, I try to maintain my store. I try to keep it clean, you know. And yet people come in there and they have this attitude, you know. It's just awful. Mean. And look at this candy. Look at this candy aisle right in front of you, you know. You have everything all right in front of you. And look at the snack aisle. Look at all these cookies right here. Look at all these chips. Just look at all this food. All right in front of you. All at your convenience. Not that expensive. You know? And yet they still find a reason to complain. It's unbelievable. And that's just a small example. You know, you could use anything. This freedom, this blessing that you've had all this time, and now it's being taken away from you. And you ask, how could this happen to us? You know? Why is this happening? How could God do this to a Christian nation? We're not at all. We have not done as he has asked. We haven't done anything like that. We haven't proclaimed liberty, every one to his brother, every man to his neighbor. Then the second half is the frightening part. Behold, I proclaim a liberty for you. So you have freedom. This is your liberty. This is terrifying, saith the Lord. To the famine. I proclaim a liberty for you, saith the Lord. For you. You know, since you want to use your liberty to abort all your babies and just have nonstop sex and treat all these employees like garbage and just complain for no reason, you know, treat everybody like trash, you know. I'll proclaim a liberty for you, you know, if you want to use your liberty for that reason. I'll proclaim a liberty for you, saith the Lord. To the famine. We're already hearing lots of discussion about food shortages, farms going out of business, farmers committing suicide, dumping their milk because they have nowhere to put it since all the restaurants are closed, right? Famine. I will make, okay, no, see, I went past it. To the sword, to the pestilence, and to the famine, and I will make you to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. I don't think he's going to be so nice to us. See, to Israel, because they were Israel, they were his chosen people, he exiled them to Babylon, to Babylon, to be, and to other places too. It was actually a mercy for them. I don't think we're going to get that mercy. I think he's just sword, pestilence, famine. That's what he's giving us because of our decision making, our choices, what we've done. We have failed him. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. It's the same thing, you know. Every nation breaks down because they fall into moral decay, moral collapse. You see that throughout history. Rome, other nations. It's a frightening verse, isn't it? But when all these bad things start happening, as I think we are entering, or maybe we are in them already, I think it's more of a foreshadowing of the one world government. Maybe we're not entering the end times immediately, but we're entering that one world government where I won't be able to work without taking this chip in my right hand or in my forehead, you know. that mark of the beast that's a representation of Satan, a dependency on Satan. That's where we're headed to. And we've done it. We've done it of our own choice, our own liberty. We have chosen to be monsters, to turn away from God. We have chosen that. We have used our liberty, our freedom. We have freely chosen to go with Satan. That's what that mark represents, to be dependent on him. I don't know if you heard, but I'm fasting today. And you're probably hearing my stomach growling. You know, I'm choosing to worship him today in a fast, just a 24-hour fast. I'm also doing it for health reasons. I haven't been feeling that good lately, so I'm trying to do some intermittent fasting. But I'm also doing it in honor of him. How many people are doing that? Fasting and praying today, begging for mercy. Because I tell you what, those three things he mentions, here's your choices. You can die by the sword, by the famine, or by the pestilence. That's your freedom. You've freely chosen that. Scary, but you should not question at any moment why this is happening. Everyone should know that. But is there that arrogance to think that we're above, Americans we're above this? I don't think so. I don't think we've used what God has blessed us with. I don't think we've used it the way he wanted us to use it. Scary, but it's the truth.